Hello! Today we're going to look at a thing called the cast quadrant or the quadrant diagram, and that's going to help us with solving trigonometric equations. Now I've got this diagram, it looks a little bit confusing, so I'll just explain what's going on in it. So we've plotted the sine graph, which is our red graph here. Also plotted the cosine graph, blue line there, and also our tan graph as well. Sort of purplish line there. And what I've done as well, I've also put in the lines x equals 90, x is 180, and x equals 270. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at the quadrants of this diagram. In other words, I've divided it up into 4. So from 0 to 90, 90 to 180, 180 to 270, 270 to 360. Right, so what I'm looking for, I'm seeing where the graphs are positive. So if we look between 0 and 90, we can see the sine graph is positive between 0 and 90, cosine graph is positive, and also the tan graph is positive. So we can say all of the graphs are positive. Now if we look between 90 and 180, we've got the sine graph is positive, the cosine graph is negative, and the tan graph is negative. So the only one that's positive is the cosine graph. Oh, sorry, no, the sine graph. So the sine graph is the only one that's positive between 90 and 180. Now to 180 to 270. Sine graph negative, cosine negative, but the tangent one is positive. Now by positive, maybe I should have explained this earlier, that's above the x-axis is another way of looking at it. So in this case, the tan graph is positive. Now between 270 and 360, the only one that's positive above the x-axis is the cosine graph. Now what we can do is we can summarize this in a little quadrant, and this can help us with solving trig equations. It's a little cross shape. We'll go 0 to 90, 90 to 180, 270, 180 to 270, then 270 right to 360, which is the same as 0 if we're talking about a full circle. So between 0 and 90, all of the graphs are positive. So we can put an A there. Between 90 and 180, we've got the sine graph's positive. And between 180 and 270, the tan graph's positive. So 180 to 270. T for tan. And from 270 to 360, the cosine graph is the one that's positive. So often this is called a quadrant diagram, or sometimes it's referred to as the cast quadrant, C-A-S-T. And some people remember some various mnemonics to remember this. So we use this to help us solve trig equations. Goodbye, and thanks for watching.